Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and Director Wray. Greetings from your home state of Georgia.
Thank you.
Thank you for your service. There's been a significant increase in shootings and violent crime nationwide over the last 18 months. There were at least 10 people shot in Atlanta, Georgia on Sunday. What does the FBI assess is driving this crime wave?
Well, certainly I am following the same trends you are with concern, not just in Atlanta, but in other cities around the country. I'm not sure there's any single factor that's driving it. I think it's a variety of things. We are seeing, some of it may be, the pandemic itself in its own way has had an impact. There are people who are maybe not at jobs or not, not in school or not otherwise available, and there's more potential for wrongdoing to occur. We've talked about some of the challenges with local police departments and some of the issues there in terms of their recruiting and staffing. A lot of them are understaffed in addition to the recruiting challenge, so that's a problem. So there are a variety of drivers that we think contribute to it, but the violent crime problem over the last year in particular, 2020, is something that is a great concern and that we are very warily keeping our eye on. It doesn't get the same kind of headlines as some of the other threats we've talked about today, but as your question, I think quite rightly implies, it's a subject that's near and dear to the hearts of all the people we know back home.
Yeah, well, with that many shootings in Atlanta on Sunday alone, this increase in violent crime is of grave concern to Georgians and people across the country. Will you work with this committee and my office to try to refine that assessment of the drivers of this violent crime wave?
We'd be pleased to do that. I commend you for your interest in the violent crime problem back in our home state.
Appreciate that, Director Wray. Next week will be the first anniversary of the shooting death of Breonna Taylor, a young woman who died when police officers in Louisville, Kentucky entered her home with a battering ram executing a no-knock search warrant connected to a narcotics investigation. Ms. Taylor was not the subject of that warrant. There's obviously been deepening and grave concern about equal justice, due process, the extent of brutality, harassment, discrimination faced by Black Americans in the criminal justice system growing over the last year, given incidents such as this one. Without commenting on the specifics of the late Ms. Taylor's case, is the FBI prioritizing investigations of cases involving color of law violations under 18 U.S.C. 242, and what resources have you instructed your field offices to commit to those investigations?
So as you say, I can't discuss the Taylor case specifically. We have an ongoing federal investigation there, but we are definitely trying to push forward on color of law cases. We do that through our Civil Rights Division within our Criminal Investigative Division. We are, in addition to the investigations we're pursuing, and we have quite a number around the country, we are also trying to contribute by doing different forms of training and outreach to state and local police departments so they understand better kind of where the lines are and where we fit into it. So that's a part of it as well. We're also trying to contribute to the situation by encouraging better reporting. We've had a lot of conversations this morning in other contexts about statistics and reporting. And when it comes to use of force, we are trying to build out a use of force database that involves use of force by police departments, law enforcement agencies around the country. It's voluntary. We can't mandate all these local police departments to provide the information, but we are doing a lot to encourage them to submit their data. And my pitch to them has been, we're going to be talking about these issues no matter what, and we should all want the conversations to be based on the actual facts and the actual data as opposed to what some random person thinks the facts or data are. And so we are now reached one of the thresholds where we can start doing some of the reporting related to this effort. We need to get to a certain threshold statistically. I think it's like 80% or something of police departments before the data is is considered statistically reliable. But so investigations, training and outreach, more complete statistical reporting on use of force.
Thank you.